Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another installment of Hockey is Awesome! Listen, if you're not a hockey fan, you need to become one, because it's not just a sport that is flying around at 20, 30, 40 miles an hour on ice. It's not just superstars all over the place. It's a sport that not only carries us in a time when we don't have any sports, it's a sport that once you learn about it, you'll respect every single part of it, literally. Let's dive into this week's version with saying, you know, the superstars in some leagues, they don't show up. Superstars are just highly paid people that don't make appearances. Well, in the NHL, the superstars show up. 87, Sidney Crosby, deflection goal, how you doing? Keep it moving. Penn's in the middle of a 5-game win streak. He would have a hat trick this evening. This guy is the last generation's GOAT. So clean with the touch. Top Ched, how you doing? You can't stop me. But once again, Sidney Crosby's supposed to do that. Had a hat trick this night. Yeah. He did, because he shows up not only for the sport, for his team, for the city, but because that is what hockey players do. Let's go to the next one, huh? Connor Bedard, right? Has this guy shown up for his team? A lot of hype. He's supposed to be the next LeBron James. He's supposed to be the next Sidney Crosby. He says, don't you worry a thing about, me. Wow. Tonight, he has a game. If he was to score 2 goals, he would be the youngest player in the history of hockey to go back to back to back with multiple goals. He was supposed to live up to the hype, and all he's done is that. That's filthy. That's clean. Yeah. That's the next generation of hockey, and that's a guy who says, are you not entertained? They got that the next 18, 20 years in the NHL. Damn. Not a bad time to become a fan. Love it. Superstars show up. How about some self-awareness? Let's talk about self-awareness. You know, these superstars in other leagues, they got their self-awareness.
That's right.
No, I got Cousins. No way at all. It's a little bit blurry, but I think we got to it. A fight happens. Now, this is hockey. Okay, this is what hockey is. And you see Hathaway there just absolutely obliterating a man whose last name is Cousins. I believe the automatic focus there is having Dylan Cousins is... The focus was terrible. I just got sick looking at the screen there. Sorry about that. But Dylan Cousins gets into a fight here after getting checked down. You know, he gets in a little bit of trouble. I want to fight this guy. He started it. We're down 5-1. Maybe turn the tide a little bit. Then he goes and gets his ass absolutely hammered by a man named Mr. Hathaway. After the game, Cousins would do an interview and listen to this humble response while looking like that.
The situation probably didn't call for it there. I let my frustration get the best of me, and you know, I kind of went after him, and it escalated a lot quicker than I had prepared myself for, and I think I need to know kind of who I'm going up against and be a little smarter next time for sure.
Yeah, Garnet Hathaway is a dog. And I think Biz and the boys at Spit and Chicklets say, you got to check the game notes. This is something to young buck here who's trying to become a bruiser. He threw Marchand by the head a game before this one. He is a guy who's trying to get in. Just need to know who I'm starting to fight with. You know, because it's Garnet Hathaway. I don't know if you saw him. Good form on this one.
Clean.
It was back, face.
Boom.
Back, face.
Boom.
Back, face. That's a big deal in hockey. And if you could do that well, you're going to have a job for a long time. He's trying to get there, but his nose says, let's do it against the right guys. Let's do it against the right guys. Speaking of fighting, is everybody doing it out there?
Think so.
No, there's just a couple tough guys, aren't there? Are goalies fighting people?
No.
Oh, that's not what Mr. Swayman out of Alaska in Boston is doing. Now, granted, anytime there's a little bit of a scrum near a crease or near a goalie, there's going to be some antics because you don't come that close to our goalie ever. They're a prideful bunch. They're a loyal bunch, and they will fight you if you fuck with their goalie ever. Swayman, though, says, okay, the boys want, how about you? Goes down to the other goalie, says, you want to come fucking dance? Let's do this. I'm feeling myself. Now, that particular goalie was from Quebec, playing for Montreal, in Montreal, had the opportunity to go fight an American goalie, wouldn't do it because the Alaskan Swayman is a motherfucking dog. So you got goalies that'll fight. You got incredible superstars who show up. You got some self-awareness, and you got a sport that you need to check out. If you haven't yet, their season's still just getting started. And the greatest franchise in hockey, the Pittsburgh Penguins, don't look now, have won 5 straight. So if you don't have a team, pick them. If not them, maybe the Golden Knights, who are Stanley Cup champions. Maybe the Boston Bruins, who are always good during the regular season. Maybe any team that you find yourself connecting with, because you need to. Because hockey is awesome. Thank you, hockey. Thank you, hockey.
Love you, hockey.
Love you, hockey.
Love you.
Love you, hockey.
I like hockey.
You're the best hockey.
I got sick with that focus thing that happened.
Yeah,
earlier.
that's
Me too. That was crazy.
I wonder why it happened.
Got a headache.
That's because they focused in on the boys back here. And it's hard not to focus on hockey whenever it's on the screen. So I don't blame this camera, actually. This camera is actually a camera that we want. When hockey's on, it's like, oh, fuck.
What's going on? It's crazy.
Thank you, camera. Thank you, camera.
Camera.